Hello, everyone. Um, so I'm sure most of you have seen the video or you've seen the pictures where Mr. Peter Obi went to visit Atiku Abubakar, Sule Lamido, and of course others. I've even done a video. I also did a video on that yesterday. And one of the things I'm going to do is that I'm going to put it in the description section. If you've not watched the video before, maybe you could just go ahead and watch that video, and then you will come back and watch this. So, for me, what I'm doing today is for me to ask a question, and I wish it was interactive, and I wish this was we're talking face to face. And probably, if you would want me to do live on this particular subject, please put it in the comment section. I will go through it and I see if there's a number of people who want us to have a discussion on this live, so that it can be interactive, and then we can talk to each other, we can speak, we can hear each other's opinion. Then please indicate that in the comment section, and if I see enough number, I will just do a live either today or tomorrow, and just find time, we'll do that live on Zoom, and you can join on Zoom, or we could just do it here and have that, conversation. So now I'm going to ask a question and also put it in the comment section. Do you think it's a good thing? Because there are a lot of permutations. There are some who say, oh, there's an alliance that is coming up. Or some have said that probably Mr. Peter Obi is going back to PDP. Some have said that there probably is a coalition, you understand, forming a party, a bigger party, just like what had happened that led to the emergence of PDP. And so all of these things are all going on, and everything. So I would like to know, what's your opinion? What do you think? And please put it in the comment section. For me to give a bit of background, no, not necessarily background, for me to give a bit of what do I put it now? A story down, or let me just put something down, is to say to every one of us, and I've said this before again and again and again, politics is not a love affair. Yes, you heard me right. Politics is not a love affair. One of the things that people usually do is that they bring their emotions when it comes to politics. And it's like, oh, it's either black or white and nothing in between. Politics it's not like that. It involves a lot of things. And I've said to people, you don't need to love someone, you don't need to like someone to be able to work with someone, or, vote for someone when it comes to the issue of national issue, when it comes to national issue, when it comes to the issue of development, when it comes to the issue of economic growth, when it comes to the issue of policies that will be better for the people, whatever it is. Because at the end of the day, we must get to a place where we're living off of our emotional, whatever it is, emotional anger, distress, baggage, or emotional feelings, and put it aside and say, what is it that would be for the greater good? What is it on this option? And I think that's one thing that a lot of people just feel, they always fail to understand that. So if we look at on this scale, yes, this is my friend, this is someone I don't like, or we have beef, and they are both running for office or something. And this my friend, I love my friend. We are cool, we are close. But for this particular job, my friend is not it's not really the one. But this person that we have beef with, I really can't stand this person to an extent. We have this thing. But the person is good for the job. Better than my friend. Who am I going to choose? For me, I'm going to choose that person. And I'm going to explain to my friend, yeah, I love you, but I don't think you're the best fit for this job. And what I want is someone who is going to do the work. Put in the work so that I don't need to focus on a lot of things. So that I can focus on being my baby girl. When I say this, and people think like maybe I'm just trying to crack a joke or something. For me, it's not a joke. It's serious. I'm the kind of person, what I'm doing today, I don't want to do it. I just want to have fun. I just want to be not mindful, knowing fully well that, oh, politics is taken care of, governance is taken care of, ABCD is taken care of. It's just like, for example, if I was from Abia State, honestly, on the issue of my state from Abia State, I'll be a bit relaxed. I'm like, okay, there's someone who is taking care of the problem out there. But guess what? It took Alex Otis so many years fighting to come in. If Alex Otis didn't have this money, he wouldn't be able to be governor of Abia State today, because imagine what he had spent. And sometimes some elections he literally won them, but somehow rigging happened, and you know the way it is in Nigeria. But back to the main topic. So in terms of politics, we need to put our emotions aside. So sometimes I'm wondering, why are people voting for this person? Why is someone choosing? It's because at this particular time, with the options available, this is the best option. This is what you think is for the greater good. And so yes, people are not psychic for them to know, oh, this is that happened. And then one of the biggest problem we have in Nigeria is this thing that we do, where we constantly use a failed, we'll see, okay, like somebody has failed more, and then begin to say, oh, you should have let, if that one was better. No, that kind of a thing. Like today, I mean, Tinubu is an abysmal failure. Way, 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 way worse than Buhari. If anybody had told me that anybody can be worse than Buhari, I would say it's a lie. But today we see it. And then someone will now come and tell you that, oh, Buhari was good because Tinubu is worse. No, it doesn't work like that. They've been bad. And it's that badness that make people keep making, trying to get better. So let me come back to the main thing why I'm doing this particular video today, is to look at what is happening. So let's say, for example, on the issue of whether Peter Obi would return to PDP. What do you think about it? Personally, for me, if you were to ask me personally, I don't think it's a good thing. Nah, it's not. And for me, and this is my own personal opinion, it's not any other person's opinion, but my own personal opinion. And the reason why I say it doesn't is that, first of all, PDP is riddled with its own baggage. PDP cannot win election on anything. They are rigged out the way every other person is rigged out. They don't have their acts together. PDP has gotten into a place where they have a sense of entitlement, where they believe that it's their turn. That is their turn. Emile syndrome. It's really with PDP since they've been removed 2015, and all they focus on that. Okay, share the ones that you removed, they've been worse, so come back to us. They've not tried to, sort of like work on rejigging the party itself. They've not worked on, be putting forward a party that will be strong, that will be focused on the things that needs to be done. And I keep saying something that people always forget. People always want to whitewash. I say there's nothing APC is doing that PDP did not do. That's why most times you see that they don't have the moral justification for them to speak. And so for you to say, okay, go back there, what are you really changing with? And the same whole corruption in parties, the same whole issue of delegates being bought, the same way, it's still going to be there. This is something they are used to. This is something they have been doing for over 6 years now? Is it 25 years? Yeah, 25 years now since the return of democracy. So they are used to it. And for someone who, like, for example, Peter Obi, who says, oh, he's not going to bribe anyone, he's not going to do this, definitely you go back there, that ticket, you're not getting it. That's my own personal opinion. And I might be wrong. Please feel free to let me know where you disagree. I love people to disagree with me, because that's a way to learn more. If everybody's agreeing with one way, you won't be able to see things from another perspective. So please let me know. I will work on this particular one and really go through this whole messages that will come from this. And so for me, that's one. And PDP being what it is, when you get in there, there's always that, oh, it's our structure that made you to win. And so you're liable to begin to do a lot of things. You have to pay this one off, even if it's not in cash, but in kind. Oh, this ones, who are you putting in as the people that will work with you, whether ministers, whether SSA, whatever. There's always a lot of things, a lot of constraint. Which is one of the things that Abia State Governor Alex Otti has been able to have, is this whole, it's the people that voted him. You understand? He's the people. So he doesn't owe any core politician, whatever, any allegiance that they have to give them. This, so he's working for the people. So you need to have, something like that. So for me, something like going back to PDP really doesn't work because of the lot of baggage that PDP does have. And one of the things for me also that I think could be something is this, like some of the permutations that people are doing, is this some kind of alliance that is going to happen? Maybe, merger, maybe some parties will come together, PDP, other parties, whatever, or separately or whatever. I don't know what it is, or some other parties will now come and form. Well, for me, I think that would be more like it in a way, more than say, oh, going back to PDP. Why do I say this? I always use this example. You see this Standard Trust Bank. There is so, I mean, I know there are some people that might not remember. A lot of the younger generation might not remember Standard Trust, but it was a bank, one of this new generation bank that had so much notorious reputation. They had bad rep. When you say whether it's bad rep, a lot of things. I've never worked there, so I can't tell you firsthand. But there were a lot of stories that weren't good that were out there, whether it was just, factual or stories out there. But the bottom line is that Standard Trust Bank had a bad name, bad reputation. People didn't want to be associated with it, just like what we have with PDP today. And so, Tony Elumelu, who was then the owner of one of the owners, or I don't know what they call it. Did they call the founders? What did they call CEO or something of Standard Trust Bank? They did a merger with UBA. Yes. And so they took over, whether it's a merger or acquisition. I think it was more of acquisition. And a lot of people were surprised when Tony Elumelu dropped the Standard Trust Bank, because Standard Trust Bank was the one that actually acquired UBA, and then they took up the name of the. As soon as I said, I was like, that's clever, because Standard Trust Bank had a bad rep. No matter how you try to whitewash, it had a bad rep. So using the name UBA was much better. And so for me, I think those are also some of the things, that PDP needs to do. Right now, the name and everything, it's just a bad rep. So if there's sort of like a new either merger of parties, and then they form a new party, rejig, work very much on having a party that is different from the status quo, from what they left. That might be something, that will work. And, with the fact that there are a lot of young people who are interested in politics, who want to have their legs there, who want to be inside there, but they don't want the usual kind of politicking that has been happening in Nigeria. This is also something, that could be that could work. So let me know what your opinion also are in the comment section. This is one video I'm really going to be interested in the comment section, and probably there will be more videos that will come from the response of the comment section, or we could do live. Remember, I said if you want this to be a live, put it, indicate it, so that we have enough number to be able to do a live on this whole discussion. So these are some of the things. But one thing that is very critical, is very important, is that when they say that thing about no permanent friend, no permanent enemies in politics, actually true. You have to go beyond your emotions and beyond your likes and dislikes, and just look at what are the people that you can work with, what are the things that you can do to be able to ensure that at the end of the day you get what is best for the country. For me, that's where I always come from. And there are people that they've insulted me before. We come to the table, it's work. I don't care what you think about me, I don't care what you said about me. We need to work for Nigeria. We can't come there and work. And I say a lot of people ask, Aisha, are you able to do it? Aisha, are you able? There is one that this person was so vicious, was so the kind of insult that this person gave me on. And then people saw us on the Peter Obi campaign. We weren't talking during PDP. These were one of those e-talks that would attack, call me all sorts of names, even when they were saying that, oh, APC boys were sleeping with me. There's no insult I've not received too. And so that's why I see people say that obedient at this. I like, if people don't know what PDP gadgets, what they did on social media. They said that the PDP people were passing me around and they were sleeping with me and all of those things. And this was one of those persons. And after the whole, PDP left, of course, we met on different advocacy we'd worked with. And then there was something that happened, vicious, insult, everything. I was like, nah. I just cut away, not speaking. And then we were working, on Peter Obi's campaign and everything, and a lot of people that knew about the beef that were like, Aisha, how are you working? I'm like, I'm focused on the country. I don't care who, whatever emotional whatever we had or personal beef we had or whatever. That's not important in the grand scheme of things. In Nigeria that works for everyone, where I would not need to help anyone, and that people are doing very well, it's what I'm looking for, and we'll work on that. And so that's what politics is all about. I think this video is becoming too long, and I have so much to say. I'll quickly round up, and I don't want it to be too long. So these are some of the things I remember when Kwankwaso, when Peter Obi was looking for a running mate. I did a particular video in Hausa, literally begging Kwankwaso and say, pick this ticket up. You guys can work together. Yes, you can come after his 8 years. You also would run to be president. I used Joe Biden to even use examples and everything. But hey, some people feel that, oh, they are all in all. Some people can't read the room. Some people can't read what is going on. And some people are just selfish on their own, and they just want to, if it's not them, then let it not be. But anyway, what do you think about all of this visit that Mr. Peter Obi, and do you think something is cooking? Do you think there's something going on? Let's know all about it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.